If you look at the isnad chains of the Muslims in their hadiths, it's somebody told somebody who 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 heard Muhammad say. We're all supposed to believe these Chinese whispers. And there's lots of problems with Islamic isnad chains. Take problem number one. Muslim Shia and Muslim Sunni can't even agree about which isnad chains are reliable. The Shia reject some of the isnad chains of the Sunnis, and the Sunnis reject some of the isnad chains of the Shia, and then the Muslims try to tell us, oh, the isnad chains are completely reliable if they're sahih. But the Muslims can't agree what's sahih themselves, so why should any of us believe them when they can't agree? Secondly, there are examples of individuals that appear in the isnad chain of a sahih hadith that also appear in hadith that are not considered sahih. So how could you have a name that appears in an unreliable chain also appearing in a reliable chain? Basically, are you asking a question? Because we're taking questions. Go on, if you want to respond. Go on.
Just because the same person appears in the same chain, there's other people in the chain as well. So for example, the person that appears in the Sahih Hadith that's in the chain,
yes,
just because they appear in another Hadith that isn't Sahih, isn't because of them. There might be someone else in that chain that had like a weak memory or whatever.
Yeah.
There's many criteria.
Yeah. Do you know what the criterion was used by Imam Muslim? You know, in the Hadith science, it's important that person A met person B to create the chain. Agreed? Do you know that Sahih al-Muslim doesn't even have that as a criteria? Do you know that Sahih al-Muslim says that if two people in a chain just lived in the same city, that he assumes that they met? He doesn't prove it. Go and look up Sahih al-Muslim, go and look up his criteria. He simply assumes that people in the chain meet. He doesn't prove that people in the chain meet. Did you know that Imam Bukhari in his own lifetime was considered a deviant? He was rejected as a deviant in his own lifetime. Did you know that Sahih al-Bukhari, the codex that you have from Sahih al-Bukhari, comes from one student after him, and then that one student's codex was copied by 4 other people, and that those 4 other students, their codex of Sahih al-Bukhari all disagreed with one another, and that the codex that you use as Sahih al-Bukhari comes from one of the 4 that a later Arabic grammarian had to correct the Arabic in. Are you aware that in Sahih al-Bukhari appears in one of the chains of his own hadith? Sahih al-Bukhari. Bukhari, it doesn't matter how I pronounce it, I'm English. It doesn't matter how I pronounce it, I'm English, I'm not Arab. So the problems is, and I don't believe in Arabization, and the problem is, there are problems with the hadith sciences. I'll give you another example. Muslims say to me, on the one hand, that if a hadith contradicts the Quran, you reject the hadith. Right, but I can give you right now an example of a hadith that contradicts the Quran and you accept the hadith over the Quran. I'll give you an example. What's the law of apostasy in Islam?
According to the Sharia.
Death. So what you all heard was, a Muslim in the 21st century in London is saying that friends of mine, people I know and love, who I have sat and had dinner with and had cups of tea with and learned about their lives, according to his law, should be killed because they left the religion of Islam.
Yeah,
wait. One second. Show me in the Quran where it commands death for leaving Islam. He can't find it in the Quran.
I don't know the verses.
Right.
Probably can if you give me.
But doesn't it say in the Quran, to you your religion and to me my religion? Yeah. Doesn't it say in the Quran that it's up to Allah who He guides into Islam and who He guides away from
I
Islam?
don't have knowledge, so I don't want to speak on this stuff.
Right, hold on one second. Hold on one
answer my
second.
initial
No, I'm giving you an example. So you quoted the death sentence for my friends who are Christians because they left Islam. You said that they should be killed according to Sharia.
was not a
On what are
Muslim,
you?
brother. He was
What
not
are you
Muslim.
building?
He was
On
not
what are you
believing.
building that?
In the Quran, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not the Quran because you can't show me the verse in the Quran. I challenge you. Google it. Show me the verse in the Quran that says kill them.
Taking me time, 'cause I don't know the
Google
verse.
it. I'll give you time. Let's give you time.
didn't answer
No,
my initial thing.
no. I'll tell
You
you.
went off topic.
I'll tell you what it says. He's quoting a hadith in Sahih
I didn't quote
al-Bukhari
anything.
that says that there are 3 reasons you can kill a Muslim. 1, if they kill without cause. 2, if they commit adultery. 3, if they leave the religion of Islam. Are you aware that Muslims are advocating across the Western world that there are people in our civilization, in our society, people you might even be friends with, that should be killed
But
because of this hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari?
I have a question.
So, I have answered your question.
I have a question to you.
My initial question was that you said that just because one person appears in a Sahih Hadith, yeah, and then they appear in the other Hadith, that's a contradiction. I
No,
was telling you how
no,
that
and the
makes sense.
conversation. No, let me remind you of the
You went off
conversation.
topic. We're
No,
talking
no.
about-
Allow me to refresh you because you've forgotten the links in the chain. I said to you, did you know that you believe hadiths over the Quran? And you said, give me an example, and therefore I have given you an
Sahih
example.
hadith
And
cannot
this,
contradict.
okay then. So you say the hadith. Do you recognize the Sahih hadith that says you can kill people for leaving
I don't
Islam?
know the Hadith.
You don't know the hadith, but you know the law.
Well, I'm pretty sure that is the
Right.
the-
So
I
Google
don't
it
know.
now.
I
I'll
don't
give
have
you.
knowledge.
I'll give
I
you
don't wanna
time.
speak without knowledge.
I'll give you time.
What I'm trying to say
You
is-
said you wanted time. Show me in the Quran where it says kill people for leaving Islam.
Listen, brother,
I challenge you.
I don't have knowledge, but what I'm trying to say.
So you can't.
Fine, whatever.
There you go.
But that
There
wasn't,
you go.
That wasn't the initial conversation. My initial question was, you said that if someone appears in the Sahih Hadith,
Okay.
yeah, and the
Yes.
Hadith is Sahih,
Yes.
and that same person then appears in another chain, which is not Sahih,
Yeah.
it's Da'if or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that's somehow a contradiction. Why is that a contradiction?
No, I'm
Because
saying
other
it's a
people-
problem.
Thank you.
I'm saying it's a
There's
problem.
other people in that chain as well. You understand?
I'm saying it's a problem.
The chain isn't based on one person.
Yeah. But what it is saying is that person in that chain has passed on an unreliable hadith. So what that is admitting. No. Let me explain my point. No, sorry. Well, let me explain my point because you're using this example, so I now need to explain why it's a problem. If you're having individuals in the isnad chain that are narrating unsound hadith, then it draws into question whether everyone, even in a Sahih isnad chain, is not just also, if one person can make the error one time, therefore it is possible for all the people to make the error one time, and therefore for an unsound hadith to be recognized as a sound hadith because of the people in the chain. That's why it's a problem.
What you were saying is that one person, yeah, appears in a hadith that is Sahih.
And I've just explained why that's a problem. Now reply to my
Can you
argument.
explain it again? I don't
Yeah, because you weren't listening. So what I said was, if Muslims admit by recognizing that individuals in Sahih Isnad also appear in Isnad Da'if, yes, or Isnad is Hasan, that if they appear in these Isnads, that therefore these people that also appear in Sahih Isnad are communicating unsound hadith, and therefore by that admission, if they're admitting that this person can get it wrong once and recite something that is unsound, it is therefore possible that everyone in a Sahih Isnad could also give an unsound hadith. That's one of the problems.
Can I reply?
Yeah, you can.
Basically, that person, okay, that appears in a Sahih Hadith, yeah, is narrating something, fine. Then in a Da'if Hadith,
Yeah.
or Hasan or whatever it is, yeah,
Yeah.
they might be saying something which is weak, right? But it's because they've been told by someone else, you understand? So there's
Yeah.
someone else in the chain, there's someone else further up the chain,
Yeah.
yeah, that has made the hadith weak, not them. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Because I might tell you something which isn't true, then you go and pass it on to someone else, yeah? And I got that from someone that told me something that's false, right?
Yeah.
And then in another example, someone might tell me something that's true, I get it, I pass it on, and
Yeah.
it is true.
Yeah.
So just because, like, do you understand that?
I get what you're saying, but it doesn't deny the possibility of what I've said. But now let's move the argument forward. You recognize, you're Shia or Sunni? Sunni. Do you recognize that the Shia don't accept all your Sahih Hadith? Am I also right in assuming that you don't accept all their Sahih Hadith? So is it fair for me to say that Muslims themselves can't agree on what Sahih Hadith? Right. So if you Muslims can't agree about what is Sahih Hadith, how do you expect us to be convinced that you know what Sahih Hadith is?
Well, we don't take from the Shia.
And they don't take from you. But the point is, when they reject your Sahih Hadith, are they not rejecting people that you think are sound?
Fine, but
like Aisha.
That's like a Christian saying, just think of it as like, they're not two separate religions, yeah? But think of it as that, like as in, that's like saying, oh, the Christians and the Muslims don't agree.
Christ and a kingdom that is, that where it says two kingdoms that don't agree cannot stand.
I don't know.
That's what the Bible says.
By the way, I don't have knowledge, I simply just asked the question.
That's fine, brother. That's fine, brother.
Yeah, cannot unite.
I know, I'm not trying to...
Brother, they're just trying to pull you away because they're scared of a discussion. They're frightened. The Dawagandists are frightened of a conversation. They're frightened of a debate.